Ladies and gentlemen, I am the OG Fit Kid. I even forgot my intro. But this when Raw goes off, turn us on. That's it. This is your Monday Night Raw recap show. I am the OG Fit Kid, Thomas Montato.
Oh yeah, and I am the Macho Man J-Bone. Freak out. We had a good episode of Raw.
Freak out is actually true because I wasn't expecting what we got tonight from Monday Night Raw, and it wasn't a bad episode by far. Like the best episode I think they've put on in a long time.
Possibly for the year. I have to go back and think.
Oh, I think even longer than a year. What's up, Jaden? Tyson, it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for your Monday Night Raw recap show. But before we get into the show, I want to talk a little bit about what we heard happened on main event. I guess Keith Lee wrestled. Did you hear about this, John?
I did hear a little bit about this, yes. And it concerns me a little bit.
You know what? It doesn't. Like, people are in such a friggin' panic. And I guess they introduced him as the Bearcat Keith Lee. Okay. No. So he has a new nickname. And it's interesting because I started to think, what is a Bearcat? People are like, oh, this is the end of him. I'm thinking, and I just started thinking to myself, a Bearcat, like, is it a bear and it moves like a cat? And thinking of how Keith Lee can move. Is this the beginning of Keith Lee being able to move and do what he can do? Yeah. So I looked up what a Bearcat is, and I found the definition. So let me just read it to you. And before we get into it, we'll talk about this. It says, the Bearcat is agile like a cat in a canopy and less adept on ground, walking flat-footed like a bear. However, it is neither a bear nor a cat, but belongs to the civet and mongoose family. I'm just saying, it sounds interesting. Let's give it a chance before we hate on it, because a Bearcat, if they're gonna allow him to start doing things that Keith Lee could do, then I'm all for it. What's the nickname?
Well, I thought it was just going by Bearcat for a little while.
I think from what I understood, they actually said Keith Bearcat Lee. Okay. I like the Bearcat Keith Lee better.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was it's main event. Anything could change.
Yeah.
There we go, Cassie.
I don't hate it, you know.
Cassie, cue up Ruby Soho. That's all I'm saying. Get it ready. Get it ready for Wednesday night when she wins the AEW Women's Championship.
There you go.
So we start off. Ric Flair was removed from the opening segment, which was the first time that he's been removed since he left the company. So we all know what that's in reference to. But it's overall a recap show, so I figured I'd point that out. I'm not really surprised at this point.
Right.
I think Vince is probably thanking, the good Lord up above that Rick asked for his release a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
although I had read that the Car Shield commercials. On that I saw a Car Shield commercial tonight. So I don't know.
They had it tonight? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw one. I don't know if it was just Hey, I saw Tom on AEW.
I saw Tom on AEW too.
That's why they beat Raw last week in the 18 to 20-49 Diminem.
yeah, that's it, man. You got me. The staple brings ratings. That's all I gotta say. The staple brings ratings.
Whoa, we have Rick in the house. Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rick.
You're not banned from our show, Rick.
Ooh.
And I guess Rick announced or released his response to
saw that.
The whole thing, and I'm gonna say we're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But we start with a New Day promo. Big E and thanking everybody, and he mentions Brody, without mentioning Brody. And let me tell you, what a dead crowd it was. Did you pick up on how quiet the crowd was tonight?
I thought it wasn't too bad.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it took them forever to start the Brody chant when.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess later on.
I don't know. I was even watching during the main event, and I felt like they were just sitting there until later on into the main event.
I don't know. To me, I picked up they say they seem to be pretty electric.
Wow, I thought they were so dead. Anybody out there, tell us what you thought. I'm curious.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that too, but maybe it was. There was some good action in the ring, for sure. I've been, a big one of my biggest criticisms on Raw is, they're always starting off with a promo. I was actually fine with them starting with the promo this week.
Yeah, I like the promo. I love the reference to Brody.
Yeah, and I love just you give BE that time. I love that Kofi and Xavier didn't even chime in. They didn't even get in with their gimmicks or whatever like that. Eventually, they finished it off with the because New Day rocks. Which is fine. But I like how they went straight into the 6-man match. I think I said it last week. I think they should have. They should have went straight into the championship, Randy versus Bobby match last week.
Yeah.
And then maybe have a cash in later on in the night.
Yeah. But we started off with the 6-man tonight in the New Day versus the Bloodline. What'd you think?
I thought it was a great match, honestly.
Solid match, man. Like shocking to see Raw start off with a solid match.
It was really good.
I think I go in with such low expectations anymore.
Yeah. Right.
Of the show, but yeah, it was a solid match. And then my favorite thing, like tonight, was my favorite version of Lashley I've ever seen.
I was about to say that too. Yeah, I thought they did a great job building Lashley. He didn't have MVP there to kind of help him or whatever, but he came out there, dominated Bloodline, dominated New Day. He was the one that was on top after you walk out. So. I felt like he was a legit monster tonight. I felt like legit, like, oh God, I don't want to mess with this guy. Exactly. Yeah.
Booked match. Very, very good match. When you got those 6 guys in there, New Day and the Usos have fought each other so many times. So, they're going to have the chemistry in the ring. Mm-hmm. We got young Anthony in the house. I guess he watched it tonight. He watched it.
Wow. Yeah. Young Tony. Yeah, the show was. The match was great. I think this was a great showcase for Big E.
Yeah,
and for the New Day.
I love the way Boogie. Did I just call him Boogie? I love the way Big E was booked tonight.
Yeah,
very solid.
Yeah, it wasn't. There was a little fun and games at first, but it was. He really meant business.
Yeah, I agree.
I loved it. So you didn't have the goofiness and whatnot, which I'm okay with the goofiness at times.
Yeah,
it's fine at certain points, but
100%.
But when you're talking about the WWE Championship, the 50+ year lineage of that title, it should mean that I'm here to fight.
Yeah.
So.
So Roman pins Xavier, and then he gets speared by Lashley. Like, we're finally getting to see this Lashley Roman thing. Like, I kind of been wanting to see that when they're both built up as heels. And then Lashley spears Big E. I believe that one was on the outside of the ring through the rails. It was just a great way to end it. Like a great, solid start to the show tonight. Mm-hmm. So we go back and we get back from commercial, and Lashley's in there with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. It was okay for what that's fine for what it was.
Yep. No issues.
I watched for New Day Bloodline, then I stopped till I heard about the triple threat. Started watching again at the Nia and Shayna match. Okay, so from that we get a little Randy Orton and RK Bro promo. As much as I loved RK Bro, I think I'm ready for them to be done.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Randy Orton to turn on Riddle and let Riddle try and break free and cut that promo.
I'd like to see Riddle turn on Orton. That's what I would like to see.
See, the reason why I want to see it the other way is I want to see Riddle come out with a friggin' burning ass promo,
right?
Like we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
What's up, Kenny in the house?
Yeah, what up, Kenny?
What's up? Yeah, good Raw tonight. Like, everybody's shocked. I'm the shocked. Like,
you could have a heel Riddle going up against babyface Big E.
No, I want to see Riddle cut that emotional promo after he's betrayed by Randy Orton by the Viper. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, it probably will never happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so all things can't be perfect. So from there, we move on to another Eva Marie and Doudrop.
Oh man,
match.
I could have really done without it. And I tell you what, This will be a difference of a pretty good rating to mediocre rating for me. I'll get into that a little bit later.
Listen,
but once we do a rating,
you can't expect miracles in week 1. The fact that I went on and I feel like they've answered AEW, they're trying to answer AEW, and what seemed to me, tell me if you agree, and we'll talk about it as we move on, but just a more reality-based show than what we've seen.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and that's
that.
I kind of felt like that they were unchained a little bit, like the handcuffs are off a little bit.
Yeah,
we get promos.
Yeah, we'll talk. There's one promo that I absolutely love tonight. We got Randy Orton and AJ Styles. More proof
match
on why AJ Styles should be a singles guy and not involved with Omos.
Agreed.
But yeah, very solid match between two friggin' pros. Can't complain about that match.
Not gonna lie, I was like, all right, here we go again. But
yeah, I did the same thing.
It was solid. It was I kind of bought in as we went along. And part of that is, you felt like it was more of a grudge match instead of hey, we're potentially battling for the tag team titles, especially once. And I hate to say this, when Almost left, and it was just like, okay, now we're down to 2 men in the ring that are trying to vie for a win here tonight. So it gave a little bit more realism towards the end.
Listen, young Anthony, tonight was a step in the right direction.
It was.
It was a good episode, but I'm not gonna, it's 1 week. This is one episode.
They still have some work to do.
Our hope was that this is what would happen with AEW doing what they're doing. And, it was one episode, but for all we know, we could go back and get a shit show next week. So I'm not getting my hopes up yet. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised with what we saw tonight.
There's some work there to be done. That's what I was going to
talk about. There's definitely still work to be done.
But
we get to see Nia and Shayna finally. And I love the Shayna we saw tonight.
I do too. And she tweeted something out saying that she wants to be wait till I'm unhandcuffed or something along those lines. Let me see if I can find it. You go, keep talking.
Yeah, I love the viciousness. I love the Shayna kind of work like she did in NXT and a little when she first came up with Becky. She, I loved it. I keep it up. Let's build Shayna Baszler into what Shayna Baszler can be. So if take these handcuffs off of me and watch what happens. Oh, now is she referring to staying on Raw? Or is she talking about going to AEW again, not at WWE? Because these days we don't even know.
No, I think
we see what happens when they take the handcuffs off of Ruby Soho.
Right. Oh,
and she gets airtime and she gets to talk.
Actually, I saw this is what she posted 3 minutes ago.
3 minutes ago. I can't. What is that? Oh, taking the handcuffs off.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wonder if things are changing backstage there. Interesting. Very interesting. So we go on to another match that kind of shocked the shit out of me. We go on to Ali and Mansoor, who I don't hate as a tag team, but Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. They worked as a tag team, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you were texting me during this match. You were trying to get some,
I was thinking of Austin Theory.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking of.
But yeah, I don't hate this pairing.
No, I don't hate it either.
I'm like, okay,
they are
something
cousins.
Different.
And they worked well together. They had some really solid moves.
Yeah. No, Humberto needed this. I guess this is like a heel turn for Humberto.
It worked for him, though, even on a promo.
It works. Yeah. I don't hate it. He definitely had this kind of cocky attitude. He was doing all the things right. The team was very good.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you're in desperate need of a tag team in this tag team division, it's not good. It's probably been the worst. This is the worst tag team division probably in the history of WWE.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I think it's weak. We need tag teams. So, it's interesting. It's good. I'm here for it. They got the win. I'm not big about wins and losses, but you know what? You're gonna introduce a team. You gotta put them over. So
yeah, absolutely. And again, I like Mansoor and Ali as a team too. That makes sense.
I don't think it's the Colognes 2.0. Tyson's. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think I don't know. They ooze a little bit more charisma than the Colognes, to be honest with you.
So we're gonna take a step back, and we get.
Uh-oh.
I mean, Nikki and Rhea come out for their promo for Connor's Cure, and my only problem with this is very good sentiment, but when you're trying to build Rhea into a badass, she's in a very and this is not a bad thing, but we saw at WrestleMania, we saw it tonight. She's very emotional. She was all teary-eyed talking about it, which is fine, but you're trying to build her as a badass. Maybe she shouldn't have been in this spot.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I don't know. I guess I see. Yeah, but it gives her some realism too. You know. I was, I guess, indifferent with it. I kind of took it as another WWE sponsored.
Like it's all good for what they're doing for Connor's Cure.
Yeah.
Like I have no issues with that. Good for them. They should do that.
Yeah. It just was like another. I don't know. I kind of just honestly went over my head, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I just don't think I want to see a woman who's being built as a badass to come out crying. Maybe I'm wrong.
And let me rephrase it. It went over my head in more of like a wrestling sense. I mean, I obviously got the message as far as Connor's Cure, and that's what's the most important there.
Yes,
but 100%. I see what you mean too with what they're saying. So I don't know. I don't know.
Tyson with a fucking excellent point here. Nikki and Rhea, female versions of Hurricane and Kane. I mean, listen, we got the most meaningless titles in all of wrestling. The WWE Women's Championships.
Even worse than the 24/7 title.
Such a toss-up. You knew as soon as they said it during a Connor's Cure promo that they were dedicating the match to that. It was going to be new women's tag team champions. What I hate about them winning the most and them teaming, it's just like, well, we have nothing to do with these two ladies. What should we do with them? Oh, let's put them in a tag team.
Yeah, it was nice to see the title change. I mean, whatever, you see a title change on Raw, but I got that too. It was like, not everything has to. This is kind of where some of my end of the night ratings are gonna detract points, because not everything has to surrender around the title. Look at the main event. Look at the opening match.
Yeah.
Yes, it was surrendering around the title as far as like, okay, I'm the WWE champion, I'm the Universal champion. Somebody wants a WWE championship, right? But at the same time, it was more about who's better. It reminded me a lot of, we're gonna. I know this is not AEW talk, but it reminded me a little bit about the Omega Danielson. It's trying to see who's the best of the best, So, but not everything has to be surrounded by a title. That's one big criticism that the women's division in WWE has, and quite frankly, in some respects, AEW does. AEW has been getting better over the last couple of weeks, but they need more just storylines like we saw with.
In WWE's defense, I'm going to defend them. On SmackDown, we're getting to see that whole Liv Morgan Carmella thing, and again, a match at Extreme Rules with no title.
Good point.
And I've been enjoying Liv Morgan, so I look forward to that. So,
good point. Yeah.
So I hope we see more of that. Like it's one time. Let's see it build from there. Right. Let's talk about, as crazy as this sounds, I can't believe I'm about to say this. One of my favorite things of tonight, Alexa's Playground.
It was good.
I felt like this was the most real promo. Charlotte came out and shit all over Alexa and what she's been doing with this, which I thought was brilliant. Like, I feel like maybe this whole Alexa's Playground thing is coming to an end, because she built up Alexa for what she used to be.
Right.
Then when you talk about then the fans start wooing, and Alexa makes that comment, obviously unscripted, about, you talk about originality, and then Charlotte snaps right back out about her and says, "Don't you talk to me about originality."
Yeah.
talking about her whole gimmick. Like this promo had that real feel to it that we've talked about, saying that wrestling needs realization in their promos. And they let Charlotte shit all over what they've built with Alexa's Playground, and it worked. And it felt real, and it gave you a little reason to be excited for this match.
I'm ready for it now.
Because, Charlotte built up the Alexa that we used to love, and what's going to happen? Like, the magic, they've seemed to strip Alexa of her magic lately.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this because, and most people say, well, you had a man playing a dead guy for 30 plus years. Okay.
Yeah. If it's done right, I have no issues with it.
And not to mention, he came into the company as a dead man, right?
Right.
Alexa came in as this, kind of this evil princess kind of character type deal for years. And then now, or I guess a Harley Quinn type character, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah. Cosplay. She was more cosplay.
Thank you. Yeah. And then transitioned into this magical character. I can't buy into that. I'm sorry. Like, you telling me
I didn't. Go ahead.
She told me she went to the Harry Potter Wizarding World, and got powers and came back, or went to Bray's School of Magic. Come on. I
wouldn't have hated it. I just felt like it was lacking something.
Yeah.
The whole story.
I'm fine with her having the gear that she has and the look and all that stuff. As long as she brings this attitude, honestly.
Yeah.
This snappy attitude.
It was different tonight. Yeah. Like the promo was just different, even with Charlotte. Like they let her crap on it. I love it. I loved what we saw tonight there, and I can't believe it because I've been so tired of the gimmick and everything with Alexa, and I love Alexa. I love everything Alexa Bliss has ever done. She is my favorite female in the company.
Yeah.
So it was definitely refreshing to see this tonight. I loved it.
Yeah, and it was placed at a good point because it was kind of getting to a point where I'm like looking at my watch, like, okay, we got an hour and a half left. Like, all right, let's go. And then I was sports entertained again.
Yeah.
And I kind of bought in, and then sure enough, it was like, okay, main event. It was soon to come after that.
Yeah.
So it was solid. It was great promo.
Yeah, man, it definitely was. And we got a quick 24/7. Like I said, we still need work. There's 24/7 backstage thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Fast forward. Just fast forward. Don't
even
waste your time.
I actually didn't even watch this segment, to be honest with you. I was a little bit behind on DVR. I saw this and I just went.
Yeah, I love the catch-up segments. I always keep a couple of them in case, like, you got to walk the dog or something. That's what I hope for. So we get Jeff Hardy against Sheamus. If Jeff Hardy wins, he's inserted into the three-way match at Extreme Rules for the U.S. title. Mm-hmm. And just listening to Damian Priest on commentary, if done right, this guy's destined to be a star.
Yeah.
This guy has the cool factor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a feeling if they have him work with some guys for promos, he'd be amazing.
He gives me a Kevin Nash vibes,
Yeah, good point.
I think he could really do something great. We'll see what happens, but I was okay with this match. Honestly, it was a good, solid match.
Gosh, every time you put Sheamus in the ring, guy's a physical friggin' worker, and you put him in there with a guy like Jeff Hardy. It was a fine match. It was
good.
I mean, for real, you saw Sheamus's nose was bleeding again. He pulls off the mask, and so I hope he doesn't have any serious damage.
Yeah. But at the same time, as much as I don't hope that he doesn't have that either, but it gave a little bit more realism to the story, right?
100%.
He whipped that mask 100%. Off, and whether obviously he didn't mean for his nose to get re-injured or whatever, but it gave a little bit more, like, because I was thinking, like, why does he still have the mask? Like, this is stupid,
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to the Thunderdome for a minute because I have a friend who worked for WWE in the Thunderdome, and I'm not going to reveal any names. And he told me when Sheamus's nose was broken the first time, when it went off, he was friggin' pissed. He was screaming and cursing because who broke it?
I think it was Damian Priest, right?
No, I don't think it was Damian Priest. It was one of the kids going after his U.S. championships.
Oh, it was Humberto.
It was Humberto. He was pissed at Humberto back,
Yeah.
like right in front of everything. Like he was really fuming. So I wonder how, what happened tonight. So, but the guy told me, yeah, you didn't want to be around when that cut to commercial. They said he was steaming red. But yeah, so Jeff Hardy's now inserted into the U.S. title match.
Makes me care about this match now.
I mean,
a little bit more.
Do you feel like we're praising Damian Priest? I don't think he needs the U.S. title. Do you?
Yes and no. So my feeling is, and I think this is kind of why Big E's in this position. Big E kind of one of the biggest reasons why I was excited he won the Intercontinental title was to gear him for the WWE Championship. That's what the Intercontinental title was always meant, right? To gear up to the next level.
Well, you're talking back in the 80s and early 90s.
Right. And I think that there was a real test to see, all right, what do we have here with Big E? It was kind of a shot in the dark, even though he definitely, as fans, we know he deserved it. I kind of think there's the same situation. It's like a little bit of an experiment with Damian Priest. Like, can he carry the big strap, down the road? Maybe they're pushing it a little bit too quick on him. But I think it's a chance to see what they have there, and it's important to see that because they're dying for talent. They've released most of their talent, but they need fresh faces each week.
Yeah.
So if you could take Damian off, every couple of weeks, have him do a Miro like promo like he does with the TNT title every once in a while, and challenges somebody within 3 weeks or whatever. It would be good. I'm mixed on it. I think maybe it's a slightly too soon, but it's a good chance to see what they have because they need it.
I want to see Jeff Hardy get one more real friggin' push.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's so good. Like, he's Jeff friggin' Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Like, you know what Damian Priest needs? They need to bring The Rock in. And not for anything on screen. Just let him sit down and talk to the guy.
Yeah. Right.
Because I just feel like he's so close to being something special.
Yeah.
He's so close.
He gets it. Like one
and he's
thing, got
a coolness about him, like the way he talks and everything.
Mm-hmm. One thing I noticed he did. It was a very, very small, minute thing. I think this was last week. He does the thing with the arrow, right? And I loved his timing with it because he timed it perfect with the what do they call that? The ultra reality stuff. The graphics, the new graphics.
Yeah, the AR stuff, augmented reality.
Augmented reality. Thank you. And he timed it perfectly. I mean,
yes, that was cool.
And so that it was just like boom, and I was like, man, that could be big because
I'm not a fan of the augmented reality.
I'm not a fan either, but it looked really cool when he did that.
No, I do agree. I'm like, that worked.
Yeah,
that absolutely worked. But here's the thing that stinks about it: if you're there, you don't see it. Like, I don't believe the people in attendance could see that.
But here's the thing: at the same time, I thought about that. He's still got this cool ass move, and he's just doing this badass little, whatever you call it. I think it looks kind of neat.
Young Anthony's saying, take the scripts away from Priest and he's a star. Let him come up with his own content. And maybe that is the answer.
You needed that with 100% of the talent, honestly.
And I do agree because I felt like they took the scripts away from Charlotte and Alexa tonight. I really, really do. Mm-hmm. Did you see that, Young Anthony?
It's a shoot, brother.
I enjoyed that segment so friggin' much. Wow. So next up is the main event. An amazing triple threat main event on Monday Night Raw. We're getting Big E, the brand new WWE champion, Roman Reigns, the Universal champion, and Bobby Lashley, the last WWE champion, in a triple threat match. And you would think this match should be great. And it really was. They worked
phenomenal.
a physical match. Like, I don't even know what this Raw was tonight. This Lashley was more physical. Like, give me more of this Lashley. Give me this Big E was booked so good tonight. Man, I would love to know what they did for tonight's show to make it so much better than what it's been. And I don't want to get my hopes up because I'm so afraid of like getting happy and excited for next week.
I honestly, you know what I think it is? A lot of it. Whoever's booking Roman was probably involved tonight.
Maybe. But listen, young Anthony, this is why you're a little wrong. Or you're right. Maybe. Because Charlotte shit all over the Alexa thing and they let her. The whole gimmick. And everything that's been going on with it. And it was more reality based. So we haven't seen anything reality based like that. For them to come out on TV and let her do that.
It was definitely like bullet points they gave him, you know?
Yeah.
That's what that's like Steve Austin says that. Just give me some, goddamn kid, give me some bullet points. I'll go out there, I'll bring him in, and I'll drop on that stack of dimes they call a neck, son.
Yeah. One of the fun things I've seen that was, you know, I'm the biggest Ambrose fan. I love Ambrose. I love John Moxley. But when he's talking about it on Broken Skull Sessions, did you watch the one with Ambrose on Broken Skull Sessions?
Yeah.
And he's like, I could cut a promo, and Austin tells him to cut a promo, and it was just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah, that was
he's proven he could cut promos, though. Right. Go watch AEW for the last 2 years. And the guy knows what he's friggin' doing with promos.
It was definitely not his best moment, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah. The guy can cut a promo. There's no doubt about it.
Go ahead, cut your promo right now.
And he's like talking about, I'll hit you in the knee or something. Oh my God, I do love John Moxley though. I do. Yeah. It's funny because every day my favorite AEW wrestler like changes by the day or the minute or whatever. But so talk about the main event, like. We actually got the crowd actually woke up a little bit. The dead crowd woke up. We got a "This is awesome" chant. Very solid main event for Raw, you know, and for the first time in who knows how long, we got an overrun. Yeah, and I'm watching my phone and I'm thinking I only got a minute left, and it doesn't like this is about to end, and they let it go. They actually let it go over by a couple of minutes. Now, you think that was intended? I think it had to be, because I think USA is ready to cut it off, whether WWE is ready or not.
I don't know. I mean, it does seem like, you know, it does seem like the tide's changing slightly.
Slightly. Don't get too excited yet. No, it's one episode.
I'm not. I know. I'm not.
And I'm telling all the people out there because I know we're not. I mean, listen, was tonight's show better? Yes. Was it AEW? No.
No.
But if they continue doing what they did tonight and continue getting the shows better, you know, it wasn't an unwatchable Raw like they had been.
I enjoyed it.
And especially considering it was 3 hours. Knock this show down into 2 hours where you get rid of some of the crap that was in there. It's even better.
Right. Like
it moves a lot faster.
We could have done without Dewdrop. We could have done
we could have done without the Women's Tag Team Championship. We could have done without the 24/7.
24/7. That's 3 seconds, right? That's an hour. That's basically an hour. And you could have filled in the rest of the time with some interesting promos to lead up to the main event.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, who the hell's gonna win this match? And, you know, Lashley breaks out the chair and he just starts destroying Big E. So I'm glad they didn't have either champion lose.
Right.
But at the same point, you know, you had this other guy who was booked like a monster tonight and looked like a monster. Like, it wasn't Cassie. It really wasn't a turd tonight. And trust me, I've been shitting all over the WWE since I started doing the Raw recap show.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the best episode of Raw since we started doing the Raw recap show.
Yeah, I would definitely,
and probably the best episode in years.
I have to go back and think about that one, but
and I'm not saying it's great, guys. Don't. I'm not saying it's great. Like what was great was last week's Dynamite.
Everybody's gonna be like Tom's. He's a WWE mark now.
Just because I was a WWE mark for 40 years, and I'm not just saying Dynamite was great because I was like on TV with my friend Phil.
Well,
like,
yeah, but you caused the ratings to spike last week.
Yeah, like you put me on TV next to my buddy Phil when he comes running. I mean CM Punk. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
you just do it, and the ratings are gonna spike.
Right.
And I won't be in Queens this week, but maybe I'll have Young Anthony make an appearance.
Young Anthony.
Nah, only when he shaves. Dollar Shave Club for Young Anthony.
That needs to be his new gimmick.
Yeah, that
Young Anthony
beard he's growing. John, teach him how to grow a beard.
Oh man,
you probably had that beard when you were 16.
All it takes is a lot of whiskey and a lot of broken hearts.
We'll get him to grow some hair on that chest yet. Yes, you're right, Tyson. I am a wrestling fan. I love wrestling. Tyson, what do you think of tonight's show? Like on a 1 to 5 star rating, why don't you rate it for us, and then we'll rate it.
Yeah, definitely. Shave one.
Whoa. I don't think there's some things he can shave yet. But he needs a lawnmower? No, he doesn't need a. He needs a little weed whacker.
It's a tweezer.
Oh my god, it's so much fun. We love Young Anthony. Tyson, did you give us a rating?
I don't think
you got your rating yet, J-Bone?
Yes, I'm gonna go. So I think last week I gave it 1 1/4.
Yeah, I gave it about last week.
I think you gave it like a half a star. I'm going with 2 3/4.
2 3/4.
Yeah.
Tyson with the strong rating.
Oh, damn,
Whoa, Young Anthony.
That's not polite.
What kind of you respect your elders.
I think
nice.
I think Tyson must have watched a 1997 episode of Raw.
I think I'm gonna be. God, I was torn between the two ratings I wanted to give it tonight. And Young Anthony's giving it a 3.5 using his sabermetrics algorithm shit.
You got 141% chance at sacrifice.
Yeah, I was gonna say between I was debating between a 2.5 and a 3.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes it a 2.75. I feel like it was a little better. I don't want to be too generous.
Well,
there was
the Dewdrop, the tag team championship, those really.
Listen, I don't mind a couple if that's all the crappy shit on the show.
And the fact that we had some repeats, like it wasn't like we're progressing, but like
you're right.
We're crawling. That's my opinion.
I'm still gonna give. I've never given Raw since we started watching this a 3. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give it a 3 for tonight.
Wow.
And I'm fully expecting to come back and to give it a 1.5 next week.
There you go.
I'm fully expecting that. I'm not fooling myself. Like the next thing you know, we're gonna learn Vince wasn't there tonight or something. So that's why it was booked.
Yeah, something. He was being a pawpaw or something.
Listen, I love that too. I definitely love that too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that was, much better than what we've seen on Raw for the last.
We got
year,
some fresh
2 years, 20 years.
Fresh matchups tonight. Another thing I thought about, we didn't see Drew tonight, which I thought was interesting.
Ooh.
So
that's nice. Hold him off TV. I like it. I don't hate that.
I think you got to leave Drew off TV till the
draft. I agree.
And that's what.
Yeah, because we didn't need another Drew Jinder Mahal segment. We've seen enough of them.
Right.
Like it's not entertaining at all. So I'd rather not see him.
I mean, you got basically next Monday and then next Friday is the draft. I fully expect him to be drafted by SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Next Friday.
Well, good. That's better.
Oh, okay.
Still, listen, it still works. I don't have to see him in the ring with Veer or anybody from Jinder's little stable.
Look at Young Anthony bringing in the hot scoop. Way to go.
Yeah.
What a
Young Anthony.
great guy.
Honestly, we joke with Young Anthony, but he knows his shit. He's pretty good.
He does.
So okay, that's the only nice thing I'm saying about Young Anthony tonight.
He's a great guy.
All right. Don't overdo it. His head's already big enough. I can hear it in my head. I hear the echoes. Now turn your attention to. Oh my lord! And if I ever see that Hollywood Tony again, I hope it's when I'm not able to make a show.
Boy, Faye.
So listen, WWE, like you did something good tonight for a change. Keep it up. I'm not holding my hopes up. It was the best Raw you've put on in a long time.
And I'm not going to say they're running scared. I think it's because I know people, especially people who know that we hate on the product every week.
Yeah.
They're saying,
deservedly so.
You're just going to say that they're
we
scared.
love you. We know we love you.
They're not running scared. They're sniffing out the competition finally. I don't think it's necessarily running scared. This is exactly what we've been saying for months. Like, do something. You know the meme with the guy, the little stick man he's got a stick, and it says "do something." That's WWE right now.
I love the reality-based shit. Like it was more reality tonight. Mm-hmm. I love that. Just keep it up, guys. Do something with Damian Priest. Get him to talk to The Rock. Stop scripting him. Give him some promos. The scripts suck. Here's just a little clue. My free advice to you. I mean, I'm still waiting. I can make the show better. I've told you that. Like, I'll come in for 3 months. I won't take a dime. And if the ratings aren't up in 3 months, then I walk away. I mean, listen, how many times? Tell me I'm not wrong here. I mean, I bet every wrestling fan has done this. I have dreamed of being a billionaire like Tony Khan so I could start my own wrestling company up and do exactly what he's doing. So,
yeah, doing stuff like signing Owen Hart to deals.
Yeah.
And, CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole.
Okay. Hey, listen, if Tony Khan isn't out there to make wrestling exciting again and give us what we love back, we probably don't see this episode of Raw tonight. Like, listen, it needed to push during the NWO era. Like, WWE was stale and stagnant at that time. And the only thing that saved it, I believe, was the NWO and them Nitro beating Raw in the ratings.
Yeah, and
then
we're gonna have coming up. They're gonna be passing each other right in different towns.
Yeah,
so that'll be interesting to see as well too.
No way.
We
talk about that. Listen, guys, I'm going to plug something because I did something today that was so enjoyable, and I want everybody to make sure they listen to it or watch on Wednesday, the Turnbuckle Sessions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I sat down with Chad of the Turnbuckle Tavern, and we talked for an hour, and we talked about our love for wrestling.
Nice.
And we talk about things of what's the evolution of wrestling for the last 20 years. And I think there's stuff that's really going to make a lot of people be like, oh man. Like I'm getting chills just thinking about it now. I'm so happy with the way, Cassie, she's the best. She's supporting me, not you, Chad. And to talk to another guy who loves wrestling as much as I do, and for us to go through it together like that, and for us to have both found our love for wrestling again and be in love with it again, this is a great episode. I'm so proud of it. I'm so glad I got to sit down with Chad like this today, and I'm so excited for people to hear it and see what they have to say about it.
Well, y'all are both very passionate wrestling fans. There's no doubt that it's going to be great. So you're two most passionate wrestling fans I know, and that's why I've enjoyed doing these videos not only with you but stuff with Chad and then everybody else within the Turnbuckle Tavern. I've been very blessed to be able to kind of do that and really talk wrestling with and express my passion with a bunch of passionate fans that know their shit. So.
Dude, and I'm just gonna give you guys just a quick little tease about the sessions. I've got this feeling back for wrestling that I haven't had in forever. Like I love it again.
Yeah.
But part of what makes it even better is I'm sharing it with all you guys.
Yep.
Like me and you do this on Monday night. We text during the week. Me and Mike text. We do our Dynamite Discord show. With Chad and Sneed, we got the debate show. You got the flagship show. Like, it's so much fun to be part of this group. It's making it even better for me. Like, the fact that I'm loving wrestling again and getting to enjoy it with an amazing group of people is even better.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes.
It is great. So, anything else, J-Bone? You want to plug anything? You got, right here?
So hey,
There you go. Coming down the aisle. Get out of the way.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Dude, this shirt is amazing, people.
Yeah.
Go to his Pro Wrestling Tee shop and buy one.
Pro Wrestling Tees / coming down the aisle or ProWrestlingTees.com/tavern. Go get you a Boney Con shirt. Yeah.
You won't give me a number.
Anyways, coming down. Come find me at Coming Down the Aisle Instagram, Twitter _aisle. This week I got the Macho Man, the #1 Macho Man impersonator in the whole wide world, and I tell you what,
he's got some. He's got between you and Mike Belcaster.
This guy is he's got me beat. I'm gonna say this. He did the entire interview in a Macho Man voice.
I can't wait to hear it.
I honestly felt like I was talking to the Macho Man, and we did Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat this week as our watch.
What a match! I just watched that match not too long ago.
And it's excellent. He brings up some great points during the match too. Some stuff I've never even thought of.
Really? I can't wait to hear it.
I've seen that.
Wait to hear it.
I've seen that like 20 or 30 times at least. Probably more than that actually. But some good stuff. And so yeah, check him out and check out the show this week. So
yeah, and so debate dropped today.
It was great.
Sessions drops Wednesday morning on the podcast, but it will be streamed live here on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook at 3 p.m. on Wednesday.
Okay.
So if you want to watch us, you can watch us. If you want to listen to us early in the morning when you're driving around your truck, then J-Bone can listen to us.
But yeah, I'll do both. I'll do both.
Yeah.
I'll tune in on the podcast feed, and then I'll go and watch you guys talk about wrestling on the feed on the YouTube channel. So yeah,
it was like I'm telling you, J-Bone, I think you'll love it.
Can't wait. I know.
I'm so excited for it. I mean, what a great conversation. Like I said, I can't wait to hear your reaction to some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it now before I start like giving stuff away. But and the conversations I have with you guys, Chad's one of the best people to have wrestling conversations with. Like you hear him on a debate show. Sometimes I just sit there just with my mouth open and I'm thinking like the one about Vince McMahon, was he a genius booker? And I'm like, I just like when he finished his whole little spiel on that, I'm like, yeah, just drop the mic, walk away, end the show. That's all that needs to be said. So he's so good. All right. I think that's it. You know what to do, guys. Follow us, like us, subscribe, tell a friend. Can you tell a friend who likes wrestling? We're trying to spread the word here. Thursday night Fig Night. Part 2, I believe we're doing part 2 this week of the evolution of wrestling figures. We're going to be, speaking of Macho Man, I saw a match between Savage and Wow. Oh, Tyson, where'd you see that? Chad has a great conversation about wrestling, 100%. Yeah, I agree. He is friggin' amazing. Wonder if conversationist is a word. Conversationist is a word.
Well, you made it up, pal.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a word to me. I mean, SmackDown wasn't a word, and now it is. Okay, are you biased there, Cassie? Are you just a little biased? Does he talk to wrestling about you all the time? Or does he? I know. I mean, my wife loves wrestling too, so we do talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
So, not all the time, no. But all right. I think that's going to be it for now. And anyway, she said Chad is the best. We don't even know which one she's talking about.
Right.
Is it Sneed or is it Chad?
It's Sneed.
And how about this? I'm going to give a little a sneak peek. I learned something about Chad and Sneed that blew my mind that you're going to learn when you listen to the sessions on Wednesday. Like, that's all I'm going to say. Like, I literally blew my mind in the story he told me. So, like, did I say I blew my mind? He blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy the story that he's gonna tell. Just wow. It is good shit. Like wow. All right, guys, that's it for us. Again, like, subscribe, all that stuff. That's it for now. Have a good week. We'll see you again Wednesday for Dynamite Discourse. If there's any breaking news, we'll come back with some news blurbs. Like, check that out. We have the In the News thing we started today.
Oh, yeah. Y'all did a great job today on that, too, by the way.
Thank you, man. That was fun. We're going to just do stuff like that. We're going to come in, we're going to tell the story, and we're going to get out. Keep checking for that. Tyson's saying it was my local hometown channel. They showed a wrestling show and OVW.
Must have been an ICW.
ICW. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to look for that. I'd love to see Macho Man versus the Red Rooster. All right, guys. Love, peace, and wrestling.